So I've got another quick update here on the Paris ISIS attack situation. This is from the freethoughtproject.com. I'll leave a link in the description. You can check this out for yourself. There's a number of hyperlinks throughout this article I've just skimmed through, which you can check out yourself. I will leave a link in the description. So the headline is French and German intelligence services knew Paris attack was coming a month ago, which is usually the case in these situations. But as always, never let a good crisis go to waste. There's always an agenda to be pushed. And the agenda in this is clearly the closing of borders due to the flooding of refugees who are leaving the war-torn Middle East. Which actually started a few years ago with the murder of Mohammed al-Gaddafi, which was very much sponsored by Nicolas Sarkozy due to alleged transgressions, let's call them, over money that Sarkozy supposedly received from Gaddafi. But anyway, get back to this, right? So in Paris, France, a national state of emergency has been declared across France after at least 6 coordinated assaults were staged in Paris, which killed at least 120 people and injured an estimated 200 others. Startling information has just surfaced that indicates French National Police met with German BKA, Federal Police and German BND, Federal Intelligence Service, to discuss an imminent pre-planned terrorist attack on Paris months ago. They were fully aware something was going on. So according to a report by Sofret, which there is a hyperlink here, which you can check out for yourself, industrial targets were already being probed by suspected terrorists in France, and a bomb which failed to detonate was found in one facility. The explosives employed were those stolen in a little publicised theft from a French military armour months ago. Surprise, surprise, it's not been publicised at all. So the French's own military hardware has been used against them, by the looks of it. Or is it the French's own military personnel being used against them? So the French and German Federal Police and Intelligence Services strongly believed at that time that terrorists were casing soft targets inside Paris, and that it was a matter of when, not if. The only point of contention within the French security services is whether or not the target would be soft, civilian or hard, military, government, industrial in nature. The Mumbai-style attack hit soft targets across Paris in a coordinated assault using explosives and semi-automatic rifles. We've got a still image. This is obviously from Twitter. David Cameron states, "We must be prepared for a number of British casualties." I'm pretty sure that there's been more casualties, British casualties, at the hand of David Cameron and his Tory government. But let's carry on. France, already in high alert for terrorist attacks due to the upcoming Global Climate Conference in Paris, deployed 1,500 French troops onto the Paris streets, and all police personnel had leave cancelled, according to a report by Reuters. A Paris City Hall official said 4 gunmen systematically slaughtered at least 87 young people attending a rock concert at the Bataclan Music Hall. Anti-terrorist commandos eventually launched an assault on the building. The gunmen detonated explosive belts and dozens of shock survivors were rescued. Some 40 more people were killed in 5 other attacks in the Paris region, the City Hall official said, including an apparent double suicide bombing outside the National Stadium, where Hollande and the German Foreign Minister were watching a friendly soccer international. Some 200 people were injured. Paris Public Prosecutor François Molins' spokeswoman said 8 assailants had also died, one of which was gunned down by police, while 7 others had blown themselves up with explosive belts at various locations. It was carnage in that concert hall, freelance journalist John Lawrenson told Al Jazeera from Paris. An American band, Eagles of Death Metal, were performing at the venue when it was attacked. A large fire was reportedly broken out at the Jungle refugee camp in which an estimated 7,000 Syrian and North African refugees reside. That was last night. Obviously, retaliation. Blaming the refugees who have fled a war zone that was created by the French, the British, the Americans. So there was an estimated 7,000 Syrian and North African refugees residing there at the port of Calais following the terror attacks in Paris. It is unknown at this time if the blaze was part of the coordinated terror assault or a xenophobic anti-immigrant reaction to the attacks. Either way, divide and conquer rhetoric is in full action. So here's a tweet. I am Muslim, I am not a terrorist. Quran teach me to love everyone around me. Hashtag Paris attack. Hashtag Muslims are not terrorists. So after a military installation in southeastern France was robbed, there's a hyperlink here that you can obviously, if you follow the link in the description, you'll be able to access this hyperlink. Close to 200 detonators, 40 grenades and 1 pile of plastic explosives in July. French intelligence authorities were fully aware it was not a simple criminal theft, but something much more sinister. What is unmistakable at this point is that the French authorities had forewarning of an impending attack in Paris and were completely impotent to avert catastrophe. With the current global spying apparatus in place, it would seem virtually impossible to coordinate such a large-scale attack with so many individuals involved without alerting intelligence authorities. If all the domestic spying taking place is actually meant to keep people safe from terrorism, as governments across the globe claim, then why can't states stop these types of attacks? So that's a question everyone is asking at the moment. So seriously, the public constantly being propagandised by the government to believe that mass surveillance is necessary to thwart terrorist attacks, yet the track record seems to say otherwise. If that's the case, then perhaps you must then consider the possibility that these surveillance programmes are not meant to keep us safe, but are simply another means of control. Certainly is. So this is obviously Jay Simorpoulos is an investigative journalist, freethinker, researcher and ardent opponent of authoritarianism. He is currently a graduate student at University of Denver, pursuing a Masters in Global Affairs. Jay's work has been published on Ben Swann's Truth in Media. Check his websites out. Truth Out, Alternate. Don't bother with Infowars because I don't like Alex Jones. Bloody fearmonger, bullshitter, snake oil salesman. Mint Press News as well as many other sites. Give him a follow on Twitter if you want to read more of his stuff. It was a pretty decent article. A lot better than what you're currently getting from the mainstream media. Propaganda merchants. So please give this a share, thumbs up or a thumbs down, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, cheers.